Okay, what should you be looking for in a video like this? Well, you've got the sun is just off the edge of this frame here, and equally just off this frame here. These are two spacecraft, so it's a bit of a cross-eyed view. If we start the thing playing, you can see that there nearly always is material coming in from the sun. This is the solar wind. This is particles coming away from the sun all the time. It's just like the steam rising off a pan of boiling water, only much more spectacular. You can see bright planets here and stars in the background, and these little streaks that lead up and down from the planets, that's just where they're so bright they're saturating our CCD. But this is a solar storm. This is the sort of thing that we're after. So if I pause the video and just go back to show you that again, it's a real bubble. You can get the sense that it's a cloud of material coming away. It looks very different from that solar material that's just coming out in little fronds the whole time. It does look like a round bubble of material. So I think I can see this not only in the ahead camera, but also there's something over here in the behind camera. So I'm going to say that we can see this in both. Click the both button and then go on to the next stage. So what we need to do is to try and work out how these are propagating through space, and we can get some sort of 3D view. We know where the spacecraft are. We need you to tell us where the storms are. So first off, where does this storm cross that blue line that we've marked on there? And you can see I'm fast forwarding backwards and forwards here. It's the edge of that front. Now the fronts fade as they go across the fields of view, so don't be distracted by the really bright stuff on the edge. I think this starts to cross about there. And you can rewind the videos backwards and forwards until you're sure. Once you know, say halfway now. And then it sends you on to the next stage. At this point, we want you to tell us where it appears in the other camera. Now, again, it's a very peculiar shaped cloud, this one. And I'm going to say it's coming to about here. Don't take any notice of my specific examples answers. We want you to come up with your own opinions, but it's a big bubble. You can see it coming out here. I think probably that's the brightest front, so I'm going to choose that and say next. But now we need to get some idea of how fast they're going. So we've gone back to the first camera now, and we want to rewind this until it just comes into the field of view. Now it's quite tricky because those bright fronds on the left never quite disappear. So again, it's not a bad thing to rewind it several times just to be sure. I think it probably comes into the frame about there. So I'm going to say that starts now. Then ask you to do the same for the other one. Now, of course, it's rewound this video too, so let's come forward and rewind it just to be sure that I'm getting the right feature. Again, it's very complex. There's all kinds of things going off ahead of that, so you might disagree with my estimate, but I think that bright feature comes in at about there. So I'm going to say that that starts at that time. Now at this point we can send those results for analysis, and it's estimating a storm travelling at 500 or so kilometers a second. Now that's not unreasonable. 500 kilometers a second is around 1,000,000 miles an hour, so that's the sort of thing that we're expecting, and that's what we need your help with.